In this video, we're going to be covering the highest converting funnel layout for digital agencies in 2024. As always, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. If you want access to this document, all you have to do is hit me up on social media at Alec J. Roy. Let me know what you're looking for, the name of the document, and I will send it to you for 100% free. No phone number, no email, no sacrificing your firstborn child. Just let me know the document you want and you will get it. That being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Now, if I were rebuilding my funnel for my digital agency in 2024, this is the exact 6-step process I would use. Marketing professionals have actually been using this process for a few years now, ever since COVID forever changed the way online marketing takes place. Since, of course, everybody went home, they started Googling how to make money from home or how to make money online. But I have a disclaimer before we get started. This design process isn't going to work just because you build it out, right? You have to actually follow the process outlined in this training. You have to follow it consistently and you have to follow it 100%. And if you do that, then you might be surprised by how quickly you can start generating leads and closing clients in your digital agency. Before we start, let's look at what many of you are doing and why it may not be working as well as it could be. To do that, we need to actually understand that a funnel is not just a landing page. This is the number one issue I see with most people starting out, even some experienced marketers. So what is a funnel? Simply put, a funnel refers to the journey that someone takes from not knowing who you are or what you do to becoming somebody who wants to buy from you or work with you. Now, depending on who you ask, there are various ways or approaches to understand the customer journey, but it usually boils down to the traditional marketing framework known as AIDA: awareness, interest, desire, action. Now, marketers will divide this 1,000 different ways, but just remember that the goal is to turn someone who doesn't know your brand into somebody who wants to work with your brand. That's the gist. That's the focus. We need to basically remain focused on that goal. Now, most people think that a highly converting landing page is what generates sales, so let me give you some advice. Most of you need to change the way that you approach building a funnel. Stop focusing on what it looks like. Stop focusing on the landing page. And start focusing on its purpose. Let's examine some real life examples. Number one, do influencers, and when I say influencer, think of anybody on social media that's gone viral or famous. Think about, big TikTok people, right? They build a quick audience and maybe their intention isn't to sell something, but because they build an audience, they try to monetize it, right? Do they create converting funnels? No, they build an audience and then they proceed to build the ugliest, most unoptimized Shopify store you've ever seen in your life. And what happens? They sell out instantly. Now, let's think about you, for example. Do you buy based on a website? No. You buy based on the content that you view that then has a link to the cash register or the landing page once you're ready, right? So the next time you go and click on a link to a website, I want you to think about what actually prompted you to go to that website. I promise you, you don't have 20/20 vision and you can see into the future and you can see the landing page without looking at the landing page. Something prompted you to go there. Think about in person when you're shopping. Do you shop for clothes at the rack? Do you shop for them at the register? Where are you shopping for them, right? Do you shop for cars at a desk or do you shop for them on the lot or when you're doing your research, right? What got you to the lot in the first place, right? So you need to understand your own mental process that you go through, the customer journey that you yourself go to understand how we can then apply this to whatever niche that we're targeting, right? Now, the more steps that you add into your funnel, and I see this happen all the time when people focus on the landing page, they add all these steps and all this information and all this information, right? The more steps that you add into your funnel, the more noise you add into your funnel. The more anything that you add into any kind of funnel, the more friction you create. And when you have that friction, you're going to lose clients along the way. Now, for those of you thinking, well, isn't that sometimes a good thing? Yes, this isn't always a bad thing. Some funnels actually want friction to disqualify bad leads to avoid wasting time and money. But we can also do this in our content by explaining our approach and who should not apply. Therefore, the focus should remain entirely on functionality. Again, do you want a funnel or do you want clients? And this is something we talked about in the previous videos, right? A new or inexperienced or completely lost business owner will say, I want a funnel and I want forms and I want automations and I want all this stuff because I think it's going to help me get clients. An experienced business owner is going to say, I want clients. How do I get them? What tools do I need, right? The focus impacts the decision-making process very, very heavily. So let's look at the highest converting funnel in 2024. And I hear this question all the time. Well, if we're not focusing on the landing page, what should we do instead? You need to focus on where people mentally choose to buy, not where they physically check out. Where does the actual buying decision process take place? Think about it. You decide to buy clothes in the changing room, not at the cash register. You decide to buy a car while test driving it, not when you're sitting down with the guy trying to give you the most outrageous APR you've ever seen in your life. You decide to order a specific meal when you see it on the menu, or if you're like me, when the waiter walks by holding a tray of fajitas, I all of a sudden regret whatever order I put in with the previous waiter, right? You do not make the decision to buy at the register unless there's a menu behind it, right? Just as you don't decide to buy on a landing page, but rather in viewing the content and viewing whether it's paid organic, SEO, a link, an image, a video, whatever that content is that prompted you to then go to that link. Now, don't get me wrong. The landing page is, of course, where you confirm your choice, but it's not what inspired the decision. So when we're looking at the AIDA framework, where we have awareness, interest, desire, action, a lot of people, you guys are really good at focusing on, well, I need to create awareness. And then maybe I need to create the action, right? The landing page. You're missing the middle two parts. You're missing creating interest and desire, and that's where I'm going to show you what to do instead, right? After months of testing and funnel hacking, here is what has added the most amount of money to my pipeline with the least amount of effort, and I kid you not, zero client acquisition costs. If you don't know what that means, it means I'm paying $0, 0 pennies. It's completely free for me to acquire clients and for my students and my clients to acquire clients because we're using a strictly organic model. Now, this is what the overview of the model is, and then we'll go step by step, okay? Number one, we're going to create top of funnel content focused on new audience members, so short form content on social media. Number two, we're going to create mid funnel content focused on an existing audience members, which is going to be long form content on YouTube. Number three, we're going to create bottom funnel content. This is focused on the actual selling. So notice we don't get to selling until step 3. Bottom funnel content focused on selling to audience members. This is going to be one video on YouTube and your landing page. One video. It's called a video sales letter, which we'll cover. Number 4, we have a landing page. This is where the landing page actually comes into play. Focus on the conversion itself, whether it's an add to cart, a calendar, a form, whatever it is, right? We are not going to feature dump, okay? Don't worry, I'm going to break all this down. Number 5, we have the back end focused on the sale itself. This is the nurture sequence, the sales, the conversation around the sales, the retargeting, whatever it is, right? And then number 6, we have we're going to collect case studies as you fulfill the order that the clients put in to reintegrate back into your content to increase your conversion rates. Now, while this order outlines the chronological customer journey, when we go to actually build this out, we're going to build it in reverse order. And I'm going to explain that as we go. So the order I'm about to show you, the reason we build it in reverse order is because it will allow you to get started as soon as possible. And you'll see logically it's the only way to really build it out. Step 1, we're going to build a very lean landing page. Why do we start with building a landing page? Because you can't have content that sends them to a non-existent landing page. So you want to build your landing page, your calendar, your form, whatever you're sending them to, whatever you're sending them to, you have to have it to send people there. So number 1, we're going to build a very lean landing page. This will act as a glorified cash register. I need you guys to stop focusing on the landing page. Just build it. I'm going to give you a layout so it's simple, but build it following this layout and then move on, okay? This will allow people to pull the trigger quickly and work with you. Remember, reduce the noise, reduce the friction. This should not take you longer than 2 days to construct. Here's the layout I use, and I will show you layouts similar to this. So you have a logo in the top left, business name in the top right, or a call to action in the top right. You have your hook, claim, case study, whatever your title is, right? Whatever your title is. Then you have a video sales letter, which I will give you an exact framework to use. Then you have your calendar or a form, whatever your call to action is, maybe click here, whatever. Then you have a simple process or disqualifier. So this can say, hey, here's our process 1, 2, 3, or this can say, here's who this is for, here's who this is not for. Then you have your video testimonials, your screenshots, whatever, and then you have an FAQ. So let me go ahead and share 3 examples of people doing that are absolutely crushing. These forms I'm going to show you are very simple. I mean zero disrespect to these people. I actually mean this as a huge compliment because they're doing it the right way and they're making quite a bit of money doing it the right way. So look at this. Logo, title, VSL, disqualifier, call to action, testimonials, FAQ. Let's go to the next one. Title, VSL, calendar instead of the call to action. Well, the calendar is a call to action, calendar instead of a button. Process instead of disqualifier. Testimonials. These guys know what they're doing. And look at this one. This is super simple, and this guy's absolutely crushing. I push play, so you're not going to see it, but there's usually a title on here as a thumbnail, so the title's in the thumbnail of the VSL, and then a form, and then this is even a social proof. How many people have filled out the form? I'm pretty sure this is a job form. Look how simple these funnels are. Look how simple the layout is, and they all follow a variation of this, right? I've even seen several marketing agencies, people I've spoken to directly and I know pretty well, use just a form or a calendar link. They don't even use funnel software. They'll use like Jotforms or Calendly and then Zapier, Slack, and then some kind of email SMS platform to run their whole business. And I'll show you two people. This guy I know pretty well, really, really nice guy. What does it go to? Short form to long form. Let's look at this guy. I've spoken to him a few times too. Really cool guy. Short form to long form. If I click this, oh, where are we going? YouTube. And then let's scroll down and let's look at this. Apply to work with us. Let's click on this funnel. Fill out the form. Look how look, I can't even scroll up and down. Look how simple this is. And again, I mean no disrespect. I actually mean this as a huge compliment because these guys understand what they're actually trying to accomplish. They're not focused on the deliverables and the tools. They're focused on actually creating value. And then in the back end is where you can get a little fancy if you want. You're going to build a nurture sequence that ensures that leads will get on the call with you. And I call this ethical bribes. I didn't come up with this name. A lot of people use this. Basically offer a free lead magnet if they attend the call. Here's the order of the sequence that I advise using starting out. And remember, make it your own, test it, apply as you go. But this is usually what I advise to people who are starting out, right? As soon as they fill it out, number one, they get a confirmation email plus a sneak peek at the next email. Number two, they get case studies of previous wins plus a sneak peek at the next email. And then the third email is a mystery lead magnet if they attend. So, hey, if you attend our call, you're going to get a lead magnet. You're going to get, you don't say lead magnet, but you're going to get like, XYZ or, something that's going to actually be enticing for them. And then with each of these emails, you're going to send an SMS, which is just a text message if you don't know that, with each one reminding them when the meeting is. So I like to do like, hey, you have a meeting, like as soon as they book it, hey, confirm your meeting. And then, hey, you have a meeting in 24 hours. And then, hey, you have a meeting in 5 to 15 minutes, right? And then if they don't show up, have a retargeting sequence trigger from that. That's a good starting point from there. 3 emails, 3 SMS, and then a retargeting if they don't show. Step 2, so now we have somewhere to send them. Step 2, we need a video sales letter that really converts those really, really warm, dare I say, hot leads. Hot as in ready to buy, not hot as in, attractive. Number 2, build a video sales letter to push the bottom of the funnel leads directly to your offer, landing page, calendar, form, whatever. Here's the layout I use, and I have video content I'll link to kind of go more in depth on this, but I don't want to take too long in this video. Basically, you have a big promise and a hook, social proof, relate to current state, introduce the mechanism you're going to use to take them from point A to point B, so current to desired state. Step 5, imagine this. Step 6, your first call to action plus how do you actually fill it out. Number 7, disqualifier, who's this for, who's this not for. And then number 8, second call to action. All right, go ahead and fill it out. And then step 3, so now we have our form or funnel, and then we have our video sales letter. So those two are not really going to change too frequently. Now we're going to get into the fun part, the content part. Number 3, we create mid-funnel content focused on concept breakdowns and case studies. We never do tutorials. That's going to friend zone you. You don't want to get friend zoned. To establish yourself as an expert within your field. We use these modes of long-form content because they help us sell through value. Meanwhile, tutorials, they're just going to give people what they're looking for without working with you, right? There's really no call to action after a tutorial. And this type of content is going to go on YouTube. Here's the training that I linked if you want to see exactly how to structure your video sales letter plus your long form to let it do the heavy lifting for you. That's what we want. We want it to do the heavy lifting so we can use the top of funnel content right here to push everybody to it. So we've got form funnel, video sales letter, these don't change. Then you have your long form, which I have a video on that we're going to create 1 to 4 times a month. And then we're going to use our short form to actually promote the long form. So you see how we're reverse building from the ground up this funnel, right? Your top of funnel content or short form content should focus almost exclusively on pushing people to your long form content. And I'll show you an illustration at the end to tie this all together. In the short form, we're going to use the following framework. And this is just my recommendation. Again, apply, test. When it comes to content creation, it's all about testing, but this is what I found works pretty well. Big hook promise in the form of a statement, not a question, because if you say, hey, are you trying to do blah, 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 they're going to immediately scroll past. Number 2, why should we listen to you? Give any reason. They've done studies on this. It doesn't matter if it's a good reason or not. I don't care. Number 3, what is the current or old way and why does it no longer work? So what are you currently doing and why doesn't it work, right? That's exactly what I'm doing in this content. Number 4, what is the new way and why does it work? And then number 5, push to long form. So it's like, hey, if you want to see more, go check out this long form video, right? Go check out this YouTube video. Go check out this article, right? This allows you to promote your content rather than promoting your business or a call to action. Again, what's easier to do? I've seen this happen in social media groups all the time and people get dragged for it. Is it easier to push somebody to follow a social media page for completely free? Or is it easier to immediately convert a stranger into a buyer? The answer is clear, right? If you go to a group and you're like, oh, hey, who wants blah, 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 they're going to rip you apart. I've seen it time and time again. And so step 5, now you have your form, funnel, VSL, mid-funnel content, top-of-funnel content, and then what are you going to do with this content? You're going to manually push your content in front of leads by providing value and value alone in groups, conversations, pages, newsletters, etc. Basically, wherever you have an audience or you can leverage somebody else's audience. Now, when you answer someone's question for free with content, you start to build a following of people who view you as an expert. And when they need help, who do you think they're going to turn to? If you've checked off every box and they're like, cool, now I need help or now I'm ready to buy, they're going to turn to the person who's helped them and provided a bunch of free value, right? Step 6, as you fulfill, you want to gather case studies, not testimonials, but case studies. Now, testimonials are nice to inject into the funnel as you saw, but case studies are going to be what we reintegrate into step 3 and 4, which are your mid and short form content, right? This is going to reinforce your credibility and increase your social following. And we want to collect the following. This is the way I like to do it. You do it however you want to do it, but this is a good starting point. So when you're doing a case study, you basically interview them via video. If you're in SASO University, or if you want to join SASO University, by the way, completely free to go, high-level affiliates, or it's only $49 a month. Next month, it goes up to $98 a month where it's going to stay. Now, in 2024, basically. Now, this is the framework that we use, but I have a full script in SASO University. This is just the gist of it, okay? What's the main result that we got you? What were the analytics, financials, and emotional feelings before, during, after working with me? Who do you and who do you not recommend work with me? That's the gist. Now, again, you can divide the funnel 1,000 different ways, but the fact remains that a lead has to learn what your offer is. They have to want your offer. They have to buy your offer, and then they have to get your offer at a bare minimum. Now, if you build your conversion mechanism, which we covered in step 1, then you can focus on all of the other steps to grow your business. So if we're building the conversion mechanism, the VSL, so step 1 and step 2 technically, then you can focus and work on the mid funnel, the top of funnel, and promoting the content. And then as it goes and as leads come in and you fulfill them, then you can, by demand or as they appear, create those case studies. For fulfillment, I'll have another video on this, but for fulfillment, I basically like to outsource and just perform quality assurance. This takes about 15 minutes to 30 minutes a day. So I basically give work to these virtual assistants, check in with them, make sure the quality is there, give them pointers. If it's good, we move on. If it's not good, I give them pointers, they fix it, and then we move on. When you have a good team and you use the model I use, which again, I'll link another video, that's where it only takes about 15 to 30 minutes a day, and then you just focus on creating content. Now, if you prioritize traffic quality, the rest will fall into place. So the funnel layout I've just shown you is used by many online marketers, again, that I've shown you, who are hitting minimum 5, 6, even 7 figures, who understand the concept I'm covering with you now, which is create an effective conversion mechanism and get to work. No fluff, no time wasted, focus on revenue generating tasks. Outsource the rest. You want to build your conversion mechanism, which is your landing page and automations, create your VSL, which is going on YouTube and or the top of the landing page, and then focus on top and mid funnel content almost entirely. Leads will go to a sales call where either you or a closing team as you scale up will speak to them. Work becomes productized and fulfilled by the fulfillment team, which can either be in-house or outsourced. I have more content coming on this where basically I just go to Fiverr, Upwork, and find high quality guys, keep the ones I like, get rid of the ones I don't, right? And you don't want to get stuck doing the work unless you're very new to the business, but you don't want to get stuck in it for long, or you don't want to do it for long, otherwise you will get stuck. And this is what it looks like all put together, right? So if we're building it reverse order, ground up, right? You have your bottom funnel content, your VSLs. You use this to show a sneak peek into your process, the what, in what order, and why, but never show them the how. And then you push to a form, calendar, funnel, URL, and description, right? We covered that. If we go backwards, like I said, we have the mid-funnel content. This is the long-form case study, status delta content, process breakdowns, etc., etc. We're going to use YouTube almost entirely. This will do the heavy lifting. People will be interested from the top-of-funnel content, but the mid-funnel content will convert them. Again, we covered that in the video I linked where we explain how the 7-hour rule basically says if somebody consumes 7 hours of your content, they become a fan or a lifetime fan of your brand. And then the 7 touch points, which says we need to have 7 touch points in order to close a decently sized sale. And then we have our top of funnel content, which we use to promote the mid funnel, as I explained earlier, which is going to be your short form content, your stories, value creation in any kind of group audience setting where it's either your audience or someone else's audience. And then we're going to do that on short form platforms. So TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, X, Pinterest, Snapchat, Reddit, whatever platform that you can leverage, right? Top of funnel will show that you can provide value and your call to action isn't something outdated, shallow, or transparent. We basically want to promote your long form content 80% of the time. The other 20% of the time is providing either A, deep value, or B, it's going to be just a straight call to action reminding them, hey, I'm actually here to make money. Now, what are the next steps? If you run your own marketing agency, SEO agency, automation agency, content creation agency, SMMA, SaaS, or SWAS agency, take this information, run with it. I've got about 50 or 60 screenshots of people texting me, messaging me, posting, and basically saying, hey, your free content helped me get sales. I love seeing that. Now, you can do all the stuff that I teach in my content completely alone, which can be extremely challenging and time consuming. Or, like I said, you can work with me 100% for free if you join using my Go High Level affiliate link, which Go High Level is going to help you scale your agency anyway, right? And if you don't want to do that, you can always join for a monthly rate, which is $49 a month right now. Once 2024 comes, it'll be $98 a month. If you work with me, you can get your results much faster and much quicker than if you were to do it alone, right? You're going to be able to get your case studies faster. You're going to have higher quality case studies. You're going to have exact scripts for your social media content, DMs, sales calls, case studies, everything that we covered in this training or in this video, right? And you'll be able to create a protocol that allows you to scale up while retaining your previous clients. And again, I do all of this in less than, I would say at the very, very most 3 hours a day, but it's usually 1 to 2 hours a day on average. And so here's just a bunch of stuff. You can pause the video if you want. This is just a bunch of stuff you get for 100% free when you sign up. You get a one-on-one onboarding call. You get access to my $0 client acquisition model because every client I land is for 100% free. Every client my clients land or my students land is for 100% free. You get free website and funnel reviews. You get access to immediate free trainings released on client acquisition, scaling, fulfillment, optimization, and more. We have one 90-minute group coaching call every single week to help keep you on track, and we're actually upping it to 2 a week in 2024. You're going to learn how to streamline and automate your business using Six Sigma so you too can work less than 2 to 3 hours a day on your business. We even have a local SEO course coming for the guys who are a little bit shaky with the SEO, and of course the full SOP on how to automate your agency. And again, this is 100% free. If you sign up using my Go High Level affiliate link, you get a free trial, which means if you join for 100% free, you don't pay a single penny, and you hate it, cancel, head out, you don't pay a single penny. You can even get a full sneak peek into everything I'm doing for 100% free. And again, it's all centered on making your digital agency run easier. Again, either way, no pressure. The best thing that you can do is use this information for 100% free. Use it to get your first couple of clients. If you feel like this training is helping you, then come and work with me. At the bare minimum, if you subscribe, like the video, and hit me up on social media, I'll give you all these trainings that you see in these videos I cover for 100% free. And just let me know if it's helping you. That's all I want to know. That means the world to me when people say, hey, this stuff is helping me get content or clients for 100% free. And here's a link to join. There'll also be a link below the video. Hope you enjoy, and I'll see you in the next video.